fallen nights, pretty lights, scary shites. Setting up an outdoor scare attraction around a former abandoned theme park has to be a home run, and yes, it completely is. However, being a new pumpkin on an already established patch is a tricky feat to pull off, as I'll be covering during this review. Hey, this is Stu for Out and Back Travel. I make videos like this one to help inspire your own theme park adventures. Coming up in this episode, thoughts and feelings on City Camelot. Some 30 years later, the once towering turret erections that loomed proudly skywards have crumbled to a shadow of their former selves, overgrown by thick vegetation. I'm definitely feeling you, Camelot. City Camelot is an outdoor scare event, which is a 2-kilometre long trek around the grounds of the abandoned Camelot theme park. If you're looking forward to seeing the imposing nightmare roller coaster rusting away and the old Dulux Gloss Castle, you'll be disappointed, as all of the rides and most of the buildings have long been demolished, so it's mainly rubble left, which of course is a great setting for a pop-up horror event. However, if you are here for a nostalgia trip, there are some scars to look out for from the former theme park. So what Camelot attractions will you see on the old demolition safari? Well, you'll definitely see the hollow shell of the old Bertie Bassett's driving school attraction. Here are some game stalls. This is the old jousting arena. And here's the last remaining track section of the old Diesel Dragon roller coaster. Arguably the highlight of the whole tour is a trip inside a building, the blood-curdling Camelot Castle. This isn't the castle from the original entrance area, as that has long gone the way of the bulldozer. This particular castle was a former soft play castle. Look out for signage telling little knights to take their shoes off before going down the slides. The Camelot site is quite terraneous. There's some large hills to go up and down, and the tall trees make for a spooky atmospheric setting for a horror event. It's perfect. As this is an abandoned, demolished theme park, there are some uneven surfaces as you tread the gravel, rubble and broken dreams. There's also some muddy paths. As this largely is an outdoor experience, you'll also be at the mercy of the weather. During our visit we had the most torrential rain, so top marks to the actors who kept going with amazing enthusiasm, even though everyone was being practically waterboarded by the downpour. The actors were all very enthusiastic and full of energy. We had some great interactions. Jump scares were provided mainly due to some unexpected pop-ups from the bush. The event is set up as a one-direction loop, so you go from zone to zone without any choice. You have to complete the tour as a designated route. There is a halfway point with a bar, food stalls and DJ, which is a really good way to pace the event. As we're on a later entry time slot, we found as we got to the bar, all the characters from the first section came from their zone and hung out in the bar interacting, so we got some great moments. In 2022, the event runs Friday through Sundays and Halloween itself, with most Saturdays already being sold out. You select your time slot, which runs every 30 minutes from 6:30 PM until 8:30 PM. You then have 30 minutes from your allocated time to enter the event. Tickets are a very reasonable £20 each, which is outstanding value. Upon entry they make you sign a waiver, basically that if you bugger over or wet your knickers you won't sue them. The event is operated by Park and Party, who specialise in pop-up drive-in cinema events, and this really shows as there's an amazing production value. The lighting and the sheer amount of it, as this is a lengthy experience, is actually quite stunning and creates so much spooky atmosphere. This is the event's second year. The first time round it was a drive-through, so this is their first year as a walkthrough. So there's still an element of the event finding its feet. After entering the first section, we then had to queue 45 minutes to get into the second section, the Carney Valley. This was because the entrance was guided by a stilt performer who was mic'd up, so the whole queue could hear him repeat the same 2 to 3 spiels over and over and over again for the whole 45 minutes, letting only one person through his clown hole at a time. Operationally, this is just complete balls, and is one example which highlights their naivety when it comes to screen park operations. It could all do with a little tightening up. Not to be Debbie Downer, as I am constructive Carol, but I also want to set your expectations if you're thinking of visiting so you're not overhyped or disappointed. If you expect a screen park, you'll be disappointed. If you expect a beautiful spooky light trail through the ruins of Camelot with a couple of jump scares, you won't be disappointed. It's all about having the right expectations going in, and you really should go in as it's a really great event. On the positives, the performers are really bringing the energy. The lighting is spectacular and the setting of the abandoned Camelot is completely unique, which for me especially, as I'm so familiar with the old theme park, was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I did ask myself, would this event be so good if it wasn't at the location it's in? That's why I do actually recommend a visit. It's such a unique opportunity to take a tour through the grounds of a former theme park, and at 20 quid, it's incredible value. You even get a free bag of sweets thanks to the event's sponsor Swizzles. So that concludes my review of Scare City Camelot. What do you think then? Are you signing yourselves up for the night shift at this abandoned theme park? Have you visited Scare City before? Did you go to the original Camelot theme park? Please share your experiences in the comments below, and as always, stay safe on the way out and back.